Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menasce. On today's show, we're asking about how crime and lawlessness is bad for business, bad for rent, and bad for real estate investment. But first, if you're loving what you're hearing on the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, go out and tell 2 friends today. Show them how easy it is to subscribe to the show. Real Estate Espresso Podcast is available on more than 20 different platforms, and wherever you listen to podcasts, you're guaranteed to find the show. Go spread the love around. Why keep all this goodness to yourself? Ever since the state of California implemented a rule that theft of anything under $950 would be treated as petty theft, we've seen a wave of street crime in California. This is not just theft, but crimes of all types have increased. California law defines petty theft as the theft of any property with a value of $950 or less. Most petty thefts are charged as misdemeanors, which carry a sentence of up to 6 months in county jail, a fine of no more than $1,000 or both. However, if a property has a value of $50 or less, the prosecutor can charge the offense as an infraction, so long as the offender has no other theft-related conviction. Petty theft, charged as an infraction, is punishable by a fine of no more than $250. Against this backdrop, residents of San Francisco are leaving signs in their vehicles that their car is unlocked. The damage of a broken window is simply too costly, and residents are better off giving away their belongings to the thieves. The same problem is happening in retail stores. People are just walking out of stores with a few items of clothing or food or pharmaceuticals knowing that they're not going to be charged. Police make arrests in less than 3% of reported thefts, and these cases rarely get prosecuted. If you open up U-Haul's website and have a look at the discount page, you'll see a huge graphic at the top of the screen advertising discounts on one-way rentals from the Midwest to the West Coast. It shows a map highlighting Middle America with arrows pointing west to California and urging customers to take advantage of huge discounts for select routes. The price to go from Dallas to San Francisco, for example, is discounted 44% compared to going in the other direction. It means that so many people are booking one-way U-Hauls out of California that U-Haul's desperate to find anyone to drive their trucks back to California. Unsurprisingly, San Francisco has lost 7% of its population just since 2020, according to census data. And it's not just individuals and families who are fed up. Businesses are leaving as well. Whole Foods is the latest major business to close its flagship San Francisco store after operating for just 13 months. Citing rampant crime in the area. Walgreens officials stated in May that major thefts in their San Francisco stores quadrupled their national average. The chain shuttered 17 locations in 2021 where merchandise was getting lifted rather than purchased, and they closed a bunch more stores in 2022. But it's not just California. Chicago has lost 3% of its population since 2020. People who I speak with directly have cited crime as the number one reason they're considering leaving. It doesn't seem to matter whether they're in a good area or not. The Magnificent Mile, with its gleaming retail, seems to attract a lot of violence. Troubled neighborhoods like West Garfield Park have a crime rate that is 462% above the national average. But even affluent areas like Lincoln Park on the north side, with a median home price of $687,000, has a crime rate 28% above the national average. It's no surprise that Walmart announced they will be closing half of their Chicago area stores. They simply can't make money amid so much crime. And I used to invest in residential real estate in Chicago. We had a number of multifamily buildings, and today I'm completely divested from that market. It's the only market where consistently the problems were so pervasive that it was nearly impossible to make money. I experienced craziness from tenants that I can only describe as crime designed to hurt landlords with no possible benefit to the tenant. In parts of Chicago, there are vast areas that I can only describe as a food desert. There are no grocery stores for miles. There's plenty of liquor stores, but no food. You can get chips at the corner store, but no fresh vegetables. This is the result of hollowing out of major cities that have become magnets for lawlessness. The city of Chicago averages a shooting every 4 hours and nearly 2 homicides a day. Now, local politicians are declaring victory about the declining crime rate, but that reduction is being measured against a backdrop of a 55% increase in crime during the pandemic compared with 2019. Now, I've been investing in Philadelphia for the past decade, and we've had very good success in that market. It was in Philadelphia that we pioneered the buy on the line, move the line strategy that's formed the basis of our infill construction strategy. But here too, changing environment has seen a jump in crime and an exodus of population. We've paused new investments in that market. Crime stats need to form a pillar of your due diligence process. As you think about that, have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.